Hi, I'm Kate Ward, and this is your Dickman Farm Smart Decorator Tip. And today we're decorating wreaths. So, one of the things that we found this year has been a real trend towards natural, earthy, wintry type wreath decorations. But there's some little tricks that maybe you would find interesting that could help you in what you're choosing, where you're placing, and what colors to go with. So the first is you always want to make sure that you're grabbing a wreath that's fresh. Is it nice and dark green? Does it smell good? Is it kind of heavy for its size? And also, when I go like this, you see my counter? There's a couple, but almost no needles fall off. So that's fresh greens that have been clipped recently, kept cool, and taken care of. The next thing that you might want to do once you have your wreath started is pick up something like this Wilt Stop. What this does is if I spray it on here, in all the wreaths that I have here at the farm, we do use that for you, but you can use this on your Christmas trees, fresh roping, greens bundles, all things that will help keep those greens from drying out in the house or other places so they last longer. So look for that when you're coming in. Go ahead, spray that, let it dry. So now I'm ready to go. One of the things I'm going to look for first is where do I want a bow if I want a bow. So I'm going to look at that and say, where's that spot? And for me, looks there's like a little dent right here. This is where I would think I'd want to put my bow because I'm going to kind of hide it with my bow or my doodahs, whatever I'm choosing. And as I said, that natural theme this year has been quite popular here at the farm. Well, this is a big pick, Kate. What am I going to do with that? You know, I'm going to play with this, not quite natural, but that wintry theme I told you about, some beautiful pine cones. Well, I'm going to start with my biggest, heaviest looking pieces first. Now I could take something like this and try and figure out how to do this and maybe wire it on, but easier than that is to actually say, yep, I want it. I'm going to get a pair of wire clippers. I'm going to cut it up because now I can play with it and I can put it anywhere within these pieces that I can have them slide in. Okay, in good theory, this would just cut right off. I'd need bigger wire cutters that were in fact sharp and didn't work all day, but mine do. So there we go. Just pretend clip, clip, clip through the magic of TV, which is not. This is all done. So I have all these pieces I can now play with in these wreaths. So we'll put that aside. Where do I like them? All right, I'm gonna kind of like it something like this. I start to create a story. And maybe I want it to go all the way around on that wreath, or maybe I just want to have it on either side of my bow. Okay, we don't have a bow, you're right. Well, to go with this is going to be all wintry, so I'm going to choose this silver. The ribbon itself, when I add a little bit of sparkle, whether you're a sparkle person or not, so even on this, which is a very natural looking ribbon, there's a little bit of shine there. And what the shine does for you, here, on this ribbon here, what the shine does for you is in low light, it'll pick that up. So this time of year, we spend a lot of time in darkness, so it's nice to have that little sparkle catch the light for you. So keep that in mind when you're picking your ribbon. Real fast, we have another video out there, I'll tell you how to make a bow, but real fast, I'm gonna make this bow for you to put on here. So pretty much you just, loop, pinch, twist. I've said this before, it's just as easy as loop, pinch, twist. I mean, how hard can that be, right? I can do that all the time. So once you have your bow going and you figure out where you want it, and if you can't make one, we'll make one for you. Come on in. Same thing with the ribbon. We'll choose it for you, help you out, pick out which ones will work for your decorations that you have going on at home. Making bows, making bows, making bows. So once I have my bow, or I start to have my bow, like that, I'm going to secure it off with a piece of wire. In this particular bow I'm using as an example, it's not big enough yet. Usually on a wreath this size, which is about a 28 to a 30, I'm going to want something like a 5-yard bow, maybe a 4-yard. This here isn't even there yet. But you can start to see, if I put this kit on and I shape it around, I would like to see that this is surrounded by, and it's heavier and almost tapers in that design down the side. So what would I add to that? Maybe some of these berries come in here. And I'm going to pull them back up in, use my wire cutters because I want it a little bit shorter. And I'm going to place everything before I either decide to wire it in or glue it. Now, why would I use wiring over glue? Because while wiring takes longer to do, if I want to reuse my pieces next year, I can take them out without damage to the pieces. Whereas gluing, eventually I'll have a big clump on the end, and it starts to detract from your original piece and how it looked. So you can start to see very quickly how these wreaths come together. Maybe I have another layered piece. Well, where is it? Mistake to make when putting on pine cones is to lay them on. You really want to nestle that up in the green so it looks like a part of greens. They're always, so I don't really like that. There was an example. I might nestle it in here. And then I would get another one and I might nestle here. Once I have everything where I want it, nestled, looking pretty, then I would start to finish my wreath by coming through with my wire or hot glue. And hot glue, very, very hot, so be careful on your hands. But it also is nice because it's gonna be in there and it's fast. You can finish that wreath really quickly so it's up and out. So really, that's some quick tips. Remember, find that place of your big sort of centerpiece thing, whether it's a bow or maybe it's a flower or a pile of glittery twigs or picks. And then off that side, if you wanted, you can continue it all the way around. And that's kind of the easiest way to show you what you can do. Just pick a few things you like, repeat those themes, maybe 3 to max 5 different components so you don't overwhelm your wreath. And I hope this has been helpful. You really can't go wrong. Pick what you love, do what you love, and we'd love to help you. We'll see you soon. This has been your Dickman Farms Decorator Tip.